Welcome to the Bettendorf Public Library's Take-Home Workshop. Today, we're making these woven stars in red, white, and blue in honor of America's 250th. In your kit, you're going to find the paper strips. You're going to have 8 blue strips, 8 red strips, and I believe 7 white strips. You'll also find a glue stick, and that's all you need. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. One thing you might want to provide is something to protect your work surface, since we'll be doing gluing. If you don't want to get glue in your work surface, I just use a piece of scrap plastic, whatever you like to use for that. We start with 2 white strips, and I'm going to take these, I'm going to fold them in half. I want to find the center point. And if I was just working on my own, I would just fold it. That's all you have to do. I'm going to actually make a little mark on the inside there so that the camera can see this. I'm going to do that on the first 2 strips. And then I'm going to crisscross them and lay them down so those center points line up. I'm going to put my plastic underneath there because I am a messy gluer. Put just a little bit of glue there and line that up. So these are going to be my guides for how my weaving goes. So I want to make sure that they're very much at right angles to each other. If you have something square that can guide those angles, that probably would be good. I'm eyeballing it, but I mean, it's a right angle, so I'm pretty close. So I'm going to start with 2 white strips like that. Then my next ones are going to be 2 red. And this is the pattern I'm working with. If you'd rather go white, blue, red, it's entirely up to you. So our up-down strip is going underneath our horizontal strip. So I want to take our red strips and I want to put them on top. And I'm not going to glue these yet. Then I'm going to take 2 blue strips and they're going to go under the white. So when we're looking at our horizontal strip, it's under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay? Now, I'm going to leave mine fairly tight, but if you prefer a more open weaving, you can secure them like that. It's entirely up to you. So once I have my things in place, I'm going to just, again, a little dot of glue. This one, it's going to have to go on the blue strip or the bottom of the white. Give those a second to dry. Then I'll do the same thing on this other side. You don't need a lot of glue, really. It's just, I'm just trying to keep things held in place while I do my weaving. And I'm trying not to put hard creases on any of these strips. So that's the first part. Now we're going to go weave up and down. So again, we have our white one in the center. We're working off that. We're going to start, our next one is going to be a red, and we're going to weave it opposite of this. So this time we're going to go under, over, under, over, under. So that the vertical positioning is the opposite of that first strip. Then we can snug that down. And at this stage, I'm not even gluing it. I don't think it's necessary. Then we're going to take a blue strip and we're going to weave that one opposite of the red. So this time we're going over the blue, under the red, over the white, under the red, over the blue. The nice thing about this pattern is that the over-unders match for colors. So if you're going over one blue, you're going over the other blue. Now we're going to do the same thing underneath this white strip. Making sure you just have one strip. I'm going to go under the blue, over the red, under the white, over the red, under the blue, and slide that into place again. And I'm lining up my ends. I want to make sure they are in alignment, keep things even. Taking another blue strip, doing the same thing as above, over the blue, under the red, over the white, under the red, over the blue, over the blue. There we go. And line her up. Now at this stage, I am going to glue down this blue strip because it's kind of the outer one and I want to hold it in place. We didn't really have to glue down the red because it was in between two glued strips, and that in and of itself holds it into place. So I'm putting glue on the blue strip, just where it goes underneath the red, making sure that my ends are lining up here. And then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing here. I'm going to go under the blue, under the white, under the blue, spin around and do it again. So it's not that you're gluing every place where they join, but you're gluing kind of the points of stress, the corners, so to speak. Actually, I'm gonna snug that one down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I have that side done. With my weaving done, I'm going to turn it so that the corner is faced up. I'm going to glue my strips together, red to red, blue to blue. I'm going to do my red first because it's going to go kind of on the inside. So it's a little glue on the tip there, and then we'll bring this on. We're going to glue it at a 90-degree angle. We want them perpendicular to each other, so it comes to a point. Hold that till the glue dries well enough to stay. Then we're going to do the same thing with the blue. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same thing on this corner. Again, starting with the red, a little bit of glue, and then curve that one around for that 90-degree angle again. And we'll do all four corners that way with just the red and blue strips. We're leaving the white strips alone for now. Once you have all your red and blue strips set together, we can go ahead, we can set this one aside, and we're going to make another one just like this. So now we have two of the same weavings going on. We're going to turn one 45 degrees, and we're going to line them, we're going to flip it over and set it on top of the other one. We want these points, our red and blue points, to go down in between the red and blue points of this one. Set it like that, okay? Then the white strips are going to go inside the points of the weaving below it. So you have this is our bottom piece. We'll call it our bottom piece. It's got our two corner weavings here. We're going to take one of the white pieces here and slide that inside there, and we're going to glue that in place. So we're going to put a little bit of glue, okay, plastic, on that top side there. Slide it in there, and I'm going to glue the blue first. And then the red right underneath. just like that. And again, it's up to you how tightly or how far apart you want these to be on there. If you want to see a little bit of the red in between them, you certainly can. I'm going to hold that till it dries mostly. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the next corner. So it does get a little tricky getting the glue on there, but so inside those, do the blue first and the red right where you want it. Trying very hard to position these so that the points are in the center of the white strip, just to make it a little bit more even, a little bit more uniform. So it's starting to come into shape. It's a very tall star right now, but now we're going to smoosh it a little bit because we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the same thing we just did, and we're going to put these white strips under the corners of the star below it. So we're just basically repeating what we just did on the other side. So I have all of my white sections. And my star is very tall because we use cardstock and not a paper. You could use other papers. So I'm going to smoosh it a little bit. I'm going to not crease so much as just kind of curl some of my papers to get it to be a little flatter. What you could do if you want is you could just take it right down to the center and you could glue it like that. But with a paper, that might work better. With cardstock, that's still going to be a little, you're going to end up with creases, I believe. So we're going to do one more thing. We're going to take our one last strip of white paper, and we're going to figure out how we want to hang this. Do we want to hang it with that being up and down, like this, like this? I think I like it like that. And I'm going to take just a strip of paper, and I'm just going to tear it, just make a loop of it. And then glue it inside. Now you don't have to use paper for this. You could also, like if you have a nice ribbon or string or something like that, you could loop it that way too. But you have a little loop there, and you have your patriotic woven star. Keep in mind that you can do these in any colors. You can do them, I've seen a lot of them done with book pages from old discarded books. They trim the pages out and they fold them down until they're what they want. That gives them the body that they want. Those look really cool too. Old sheets of music, old maps, anything like that could be really, really neat. So there you go, your patriotic woven star for America's 250th. Let us see them. Show us what you've done. Share them with us on social media. And we want to thank the Bettendorf Public Library Foundation for sponsoring this take-home workshop.